George Washington. George Washington's family was part of the Virginia gentry. They were not among the wealthiest or most powerful at his birth in 1732. His father, Augustine Washington, died when George was only 11, significantly impacting his opportunities compared to his older half brothers who studied in England. George received a practical rather than extensive classical education in colonial Virginia. His half brother Lawrence, who inherited the family estate of Little Hunting Creek, later Mount Vernon, became a significant mentor. Without a direct connection to British patrons, Washington's path to significant success relied more on local Virginia opportunities. George Washington began working as a surveyor at age 16, a demanding and dangerous job that honed his practical skills and knowledge of the frontier. His surveying work not only provided income but also allowed him to acquire land, laying the foundation for his future wealth. Post his success as a land surveyor, Washington had a strong desire for military glory and advancement, seeing it as a path to social and economic success. He received a commission as a major in the Virginia militia at age 21 in 1753, his first significant military role. The Jumonville Glen incident, which was a surprise dawn attack in 1754, where young George Washington and his Native American allies ambushed a French detachment. 10 French soldiers were killed and 21 captured. The French commander, Ensign Jumonville, headed the team, which was on a diplomatic mission. He was killed. A diplomatic mission was mistaken as an espionage mission. This incident is widely considered the spark that ignited the French and Indian War. The French viewed the incident as an unprovoked attack and the murder of a diplomat under a flag of truce, a clear act of war. They were particularly incensed by Jumonville's death. Washington, anticipating French retaliation, hastily built a defensive stockade called Fort Necessity at Great Meadows. A month later, a larger French force led by Jumonville's brother Louis Coulon de Villiers attacked Fort Necessity, forcing Washington to surrender. This was Washington's only surrender in his military career. The Jumonville Glen incident and Washington's subsequent defeat at Fort Necessity directly escalated the Anglo French rivalry into a full blown war, first in North America and then spreading globally as the 7 Years' War. Following the defeat, General Braddock led a British and colonial force of over 2,100 men, including George Washington, to dislodge the French from Fort Duquesne. Despite their numerical superiority, the expedition faced significant logistical challenges, having to cut a road through dense wilderness. The French and Native American forces, numbering around 900, ambushed Braddock's troops after they crossed the Monongahela River, utilizing the wooded terrain to their advantage against the British linear formations. He faced constant frustration with British regulars and officers who often disdained colonial militia, hindering his career advancement within the British system. Frustrated, Washington left military service in 1758, disillusioned by the lack of respect and advancement, and returned to civilian life. Married Martha Dandridge Curtis in 1759, a wealthy widow, which significantly increased his land holdings and social standing. Later, Washington dedicated himself to managing and expanding Mount Vernon, becoming a highly successful and innovative farmer and businessman. He entered politics, serving in the Virginia House of Burgesses for many years, where he gained valuable legislative experience, became an increasingly vocal opponent of British imperial policies such as the Stamp Act and Townshend Acts, represented Virginia in the First and Second Continental Congresses, demonstrating his growing national prominence. His extensive military experience, reputation for integrity, and political connections led to his unanimous selection as Commander-in-Chief of the Continental Army in 1775, marking the pinnacle of his early success. For more inspirational stories, visit www.toddlersbook.com.